our next target. Let's go. We defeated him. She's a Wingo. And here we see Swallow. Swallow is going to give us some speed IVs. That's why we are going to kill it. Anything? Should I talk about old Pokemon? How they performed? Like Swallow, usually an amazing Pokemon. Well, amazing is a bit overdone. You give it a Flame Orb or Toxic Orb and Guts get activated. And Guts boosted Facade, Stab Facade or Stab Brave Bird. Pretty destructive. We are not considering it for in-game because its level scaling is not enough. What did I use on my Swallow? I used Quick Attack obviously, and Protect maybe. Protect to activate the orb. Now U-turn is a good move to pivot. It hits really hard thanks to Guts, and it's insanely fast. Definitely worth using in this generation, but sadly Razor Closets to evolve Sneasel. Yeah, Swallow, pretty good Pokemon. We need to surf here, I think. And good as in, there are a bunch of Pokemon better, but for a flying type it's great. Staryu evolves into Starmie, and Starmie is amazing this generation because of the reservoirs. It has Rapid Spin. It has two amazing abilities. Analytic, if it attacks after your opponent used a move, not necessarily get hit. Switching count, if they switch to another Pokemon, that counts as your opponent taking an action. It get a boost to its attacks. So Starmie has already pretty good 100 base special attack, learning massive moves. Rain boosted Hydro Pump, Surf, Scout for the defensive set, Recover for the defensive set, Thunderbolt, Thunder in the rain hits definitely. Psychic, don't know why you would use Psychic on it, but I think there might be a target you would like it to use on. This is where we want to go, but I will open a shortcut right now for later. Oh, there's a Tangler, we can talk about Tangler soon. Starmie obviously also learning Ice Beam, so it can be a wall breaker with Choice Specs, a range killer with Choice Scarf. Give it a leftover, make it a defensive Rapid Spinner. Its regular ability in Natural Cure. It can be a status absorber, takes absorber burn or toxic or sleep status and then switch to another Pokemon. Your status is healed. Great Pokemon. Tangler didn't see much high level play, top tier play, but still it evolves into Tangrowth, and Tangrowth is a pretty good mixed potential Pokemon with awful special defense and awful speed. It got a new ability and it's called a Regenerator, so you can make use of some annoying defensive sets, keep it healthy with Regenerator by switching out. Learns Earthquake, Power with Sword Stance, but you can also go special with Energy Ball, Giga Drain. Usually you might want to use it as a mixed attacker. Hidden power, ice, fire, sleep powder, Asian power. It can even learn rock slide. Knockoff isn't powered up this generation, but you know, you can do it. Pylos, also its pre-evolution got a buff thanks to Eviolite, which boosts both defensives of by 50% of unevolved Pokemon. So Tangela, who already has 125 special attack, saw some good plays. Giga Drain, Sleep Powder is already pretty impressive. And with Regenerator, you keeping that thing healthy. Sneasel evolves into, thanks to Razor Claw, which we found at night, into Marvel. I mean, Weavile, not Marvel, the other one. And Marvel is a really good UU Pokemon. This generation still didn't get nerfed, so it didn't see high level play, but it's insanely fast and hits insanely hard with Ice Punch. Can outspeed dragons and kill with Ice Shots. Has some neat dark type moves like Knockoff isn't powered up this gen, it happens next gen. Night Slash it can learn. Low Kick to punish heavy Pokemon. Oh, it's our favorite, look, it's Golbat. Golbat evolves into Crobat, and Crobat is another good UU Pokemon with U-Turn, Brave Bird, Taunt, giving it utility, Roost. There are a few more things, but I don't recall for some reason. Poison moves aren't good this generation, so because there are no fairy types, so don't use poison moves. Paloswine got a buff with the hidden ability, Sick Fat, and Eviolite, meaning it's our play in NU, because it's a bulky stealth rock setter that hits hard with Icicle Crash, a new powerful ice type move. Ice Shard, don't forget Stab Earthquake, and we are not even mentioning its evolution, Mamoswine, who also has these buffs minus Eviolite. Zekfat makes it much bulkier, because it doesn't take super effective damage from fire moves and resist ice, and hits hard with Icicle Crash, Super Power, Earthquake, Ice Shard, but you can also set up Stealth Rock. Really good utility. Basculin we already talked about. Another Pokemon you have seen is Seal, who becomes Dugong, and Dugong sucks. And it didn't change much. It still sets up Brain for itself, because nobody uses it in UU, OU, or lower or higher, just NU, the bottom of the bottom tiers. At least now. PU, it would likely end up in PU. I think it even untiered. It learns Anchor, doesn't matter. It learns water moves, it learns ice moves, like all water types. Almost all water types, because this generation has no water types that can't even learn these simple moves. So, Dugong still not getting the shine it deserves. Then we have Sun, Solrock, which also sucks. Didn't get anything this generation, it still relies on Levitate. Rock Psychic Stealth Rock set you maybe use. Morning Sun you can't use because it's event exclusive. And Baton Pass I think got banned by Smog on Tears, but it really doesn't benefit much. Rock Polish set, Rock Slide, Zen Headbutt. It can learn Earthquake, I think. Like, rock types generally can learn Earthquake, but nobody really cares about that because of, you know, there are better Pokemon that learn Earthquake. And then you have what is called... This generation sadly it doesn't have Flare Blitz, which it would really love to have. But you can still use Stealth Rock on it. Let's get here. We don't want to go too deep into the forest because... And here's Lunatone, the counterpart to Solrock. Lunatone, Ice Beam. It's a special variant Ice Beam Calm Mind that is used with Psychic and the other moves I forgot the name of. What was it called? Power Jam. Right. So you can catch both Pokemon here, and both are pretty mediocre Pokemon that have immunity to ground type moves because they have Levitate. But you also, and you still has Pokemon like Flexure who can ignore it, but Flexure doesn't learn Earthquake, so it doesn't matter. So here you can catch Metang, which, okay, why not? I wonder, did Metang has more attack, but does he give attack IVs? That's what I don't remember. There's one Pokemon we want to catch here. And some other Pokemon that got buffed, which is Ditto. But Ditto is only useful if you have its hidden ability, and it's a anti-meta pick, which you use as a revenge killer against teams that use hyper offense. So against defensive teams it's relatively useless. So you can use it as a death fodder or something. This Audino is going to give us some much needed experience. Yes, it gives us HP IVs, but this is the only Pokemon we overlook that issue, because we don't care having 100% Sequoia IVs, but we are not this picky. We are not that picky that we take experience over IVs when it's as big as given from this thing. As you see, Outrageous enjoys that little boost in its stats. So they do get double ganger, so that means whenever it switches in, it's getting a free... Oh, here's Carpos. We should have enough speed IVs so that this won't affect. Yeah, nobody needs it. That's fine. Yeah, so Ditto transforms into your opponent and takes all the stats increases and decreases into consideration. So if you switch in against plus a Dragon Dance Gyarados, your Ditto, which is the Scarf, it has the Dragon Dance already used on it as well, so punishing players for setting up. But obviously you get only 5 attacks. You can use a maximum of 5 times a move because of it's a transformed Pokemon and it will never reach the full potential of a non-transformed Pokemon. I think we should try to not go to the double grass, but to the grass where we see only one Pokemon at a time. Who's that Pokemon? Yeah, it's Ditto. So this is what I do. We want to catch Ditto, we are not going to use it for breeding, but for something else. And this is how it works. We switch to Mink, forcing Ditto to transform into Mink. So if I understand how it works correctly, is that now this Ditto is completely just as strong as Mink, but on top of that, it has also the catch rate of Mink. So Haxorus will have an easy time to deal with it. Let's see how much Force Swipe does to Mink with the HP of a level 53 Minchino. Goes for Anchor, but we don't mind that. We sadly don't have any other bolts but Ultra Bolts, but we are not going to get greedy. Let's throw the ball and see where this is going. One. Ooh, does it keep the catch rate of a Ditto instead? Maybe it was Relicanth in later generations, but I was certain that it would also copy the catch rate of the Pokemon you copy. Let's see, how much does this double slap do? Does quite a bit considering the level difference. We are in a forest. Does Dusk Bowl work perhaps? We will see. One. And no, not much. Goes for the Swift here. A special move. It was a crit. And the Anchor ended. This generation Anchor also got nerfed. It used to be from 4 to 5 turns. Now it is just 3 turns. Guaranteed. So we caught Ditto and we will call it Metamo. It's Japanese name, because I'm not creative enough to think of a good name for it. Let's fly to... what does Minchino have? Chesterberry. Was it this place where we can trade Mink away? Only one way to find out. Hey, what do you have to say? Okay, we get a prism scale. So in this generation is the start for the alternative evolution method for Milotic. To Milotic, because there are no Pokemon contests anymore and they probably didn't want us to play Pokemon musicals to evolve our ugly fish. There's nobody. How about here? There's nobody. Where is everyone? What is this? The Villa of the Riches. Oh no, I accidentally challenged him to a battle. Well, what does this kid have a Breezel? Breezel is another Pokemon that turns into a Pokemon that doesn't see much competitive play. Yeah, bottom tier water type with really good stats but not impressive moves. Crunch, Waterfall, Aqua Tail and Aqua Jet, Ice Punch, Taunt. Some use also a special variant with just abusing its 80 base attack. Oh, we are going to get invited. Okay. He is bored, and whenever we beat the crap out of him, we can do shit here. Don't remember much about what's going on. Who is this? Oh yeah, here we can bring rare items and we get money. Rare items for which we need HM. That HM move nobody likes. Dive was the name. Ondella Bay. So where is this guy who treats us? Well, I have to check it out off screen. But what I'm going to do is go to this town, and we are going to go the opposing way of the post game area and trade our Metamon away. We already caught so many Pokemon. Impressive. Well, not as much as usual. And it can be more if we don't keep killing that Cobalion. Get on the bike and let's go. Now this guy will challenge us to a Pokemon match. So, oh, who is that Pokemon? It's a Golduck, level 47. Golduck is another rather underwhelming Pokemon. It didn't gain anything impressive. It's still a generic Golduck. Power Mind, Focus Plus, Psychic, despite not being a Psychic type. Ice Beam, Surf, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Focus Blast, Hypnosis. Speaking of Hypnosis, Crobot also gets Hypnosis. It didn't gain anything worth noting. It got Swift Swim, but there are much better Swift Swim users. Krogant got buffed by this generation because of its evolution Toxic Rogue, because of the permanent weather. In the rain it gets healed, it can absorb, switch into water type moves, and because it's a fighting type, it does fighting type shenanigans. Bulk up, Drain Punch. Does it get close combat? I don't think so. Sucker Punch. I think some other things I can't really recall. Ice Punch, Earthquake, I'm sure. No poison type moves because poison type moves sucked. There we have Rapidash. Rapidash didn't gain anything from this generation. It's still a bad. It got Flame Body, but it sucks. So it ended up in bottom tier where it never got used. I think it did get Drill Run, so it has fighting rock type coverage, but that's about it. Flare Blitz, Morning Sun to heal itself, sometimes Mega Horn to hit Psychic types harder, I don't know, because Fire types already beat the crap out of Grass types. I don't really remember much what it gets. It doesn't have any impressive boosting moves, and she's going to die here. Also, why does it still evolve at level 40? Game Freak really needs to retcon this Pokemon's level. Oh, it gets a Flame Charge to boost its speed, and do damage, so I guess that's something. And now it's dead. But thanks for the speed IV. Next up is Mantine. Mantine is another Pokemon that didn't gain anything. It's still a Pokemon using Water Absorb to switch into water types. Can't heal itself yet, like in later generations. Didn't have the HP and stat buffs. And yeah, you use it to spam Scald. No, to burn. And do some air slash shenanigans, I think. It's for bottom tier it is fine, I guess, but you don't see Mantine because it's weak to Stealth Rock. It didn't even have Defog yet. Now it's dead. Next up is Cacturn. Cacturn, another bottom tier Pokemon, which got Water Absorb, so you can switch into Water Spam, but nobody uses it for that reason. Massive attacks, pitiful defenses. A nice spike setter, hits hard with Seed Bomb, can boost with Sword Dance, can boost with Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, Giga Drain, which got buffed. You get Sucker Punch to make up for your bad speed. Thunder Punch it can learn. And it's really impressive. Wait. It's not this one? Okay, I was certain this was the truck where we get you know what. Backpack Coin has a Snower. And Snower, or rather Snow Warning, got banned from the lower tiers because permanent weather. And Walrein just didn't die. So with Walrein saw some play in Ubers, OU. I think I used it in Ubers because I wanted to spam some hail from Kyurem without worries. And did a decent job, to be honest. We will talk about Kyurem later. So it's the only purpose was to set up hail. Everything else it does mediocre. It can set up leech seeds, substitute, it can Giga Drain, which got buffed. How many times did I say it? Wood Hammer, Sword Dance, Blizzards that never misses because it's hail. Yeah, there's so much, and here's Shaking Grass. Which Pokemon is that? Also, it can learn Earthquake and Ice Shard. Good Pokemon. Unlike Audino, which exists to be killed by a Dragon Claw. I think 2 will do the job. But it died to 1, so we don't need to think about that. She wants to fight us. What does she have? A schoolgirl, Serena. And she has 6 Pokemon, starting with Zubat. We already talked about Crobat. Level 860 Zubat. Now we have seen it all. We have just enough Dragon Claws to deal with her. This is number 1. Died. Next is Doduo. Doduo becomes Dodrio. Dodrio? Doesn't matter, it's a fine normal flying type, but it's outclassed by pretty much all the normal flying types in the bottom tier. It's really fast and it didn't get any buffs from my memory. It's still Brave Birds like in Generation 4. did get Drill Run. I think it did. But really doesn't matter because Bravery is so much better despite having less speed. Because if you want more speed, you use Swallow instead. Poochyena is another pitiful Pokemon that ended, which its evolution Mightyena ended up in bottom tier. Nobody uses that. Same for Slugma, Mercago, bottom tier. But it got a small buff with its new ability and the move Shell Smash. Its new ability, whenever it gets hit, if defense drops but speed rises, combine that with Shell Smash, you can potentially sweep and it's fun. Nosepass and its evolution. Probopass didn't get any buffs from my memory, but you can still trap steel types, so it does something, I guess. Now we have wasted all our moves to defeat this Nosepass, and she still has a Pokemon left to fight with, which is Electrike. Electrike got a buff because of the buff to Lightning Rod, so whenever it is hit by an electric type move, it doesn't take damage but a special attack boost. Overheat, Flamethrower, Volt Switch, allowing it to switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice or Fire. Really good Pokemon. Forget the Hidden Power Fire part because it has Flamethrower, so you don't need to waste your precious IVs for that. Let's smack it. So now I think we can switch out Haxorus with Monke. Who is that Pokemon? Yes, here we find also white Rufflets that have a closer level to evolutions than it's since the ones in the Pokemon League, but we will ignore that. And this Pokemon is Swiper. Swiper got infiltrated from the Dream World, but besides that it's still Swiper. We are not going to use Swiper. Mono Poison type, slow, barely has any defenses. It relies on its massive attack stats. Flamethrower, Crunch, Poison move sucks, so you don't use it. Vibravel got a massive boost with Moody, a move that got even banned from Ubers. It made it so broken that even if in the bottom tier, in the Ubers tiers, Vibravel's pre-evolution was Bidoof was broken. It could sweep, destroy, just protect and test your luck to whether you get the stats you want or not. This guy doesn't do anything. We go like this. Oh, and there's something here. Let's pick it up and then we see where this is going. Oh, calcium. Calcium may be useful for our samurai if he can take it. Yes, you can. We still haven't maxed out all his stats. It will go through the maybe we go from the other side, because there's some dudes that challenges to a Pokemon match when you try to get past the bridge. As you can see, at daytime there are a lot of people around. Should we talk about some of these NPCs? Zangoose in this generation got a buff, which is toxic. This person is saying pointless shit. Oh look, it says Amenchino. Okay, we just went in a circle for no reason. Oh, we a double battle. Yeah. They have a super at level 65. Let's flame charge here and about tail here. So the thing about Zangoose is that its ability is like an inferior guts, but it still gives it a good attack boost. You need to give it an toxic orb and it hits like a truck. Return close combat, it can learn sword stance, but you may give it protect to ensure that you get the boost. And did it get sucker punch? Don't remember exactly. Usually that's pretty much what you need. Goes for Endeavor. Break, you don't want to teach it because why would you? Our quick attack is what you want to patch up that 90 speed and to revenge kill some unwanted guests. Let's go this way. The top of the bridge. Yeah, it's from the sequel. There's not much happening here. Maybe the trainer we are looking for is in this town. Okay, this talks about Pokemon Avalon. This one talks about Soda Pops. What does this kid talk about this guy? Nothing of importance, it seems. And they all have the same TV. This takes like forever. Okay, what is this guy talking about? Nothing. This guy is just making music. We talked about this guy, we didn't talk to this girl. Can go to this bridge here. And he wants to see a Milotic. We don't have a Milotic. This lady has Patrats. Well, what about this place? She just heals our Pokemon. Okay, thanks, I guess. What's going on here? I move like this. This person is just making some music. This lady just looks at the... Oh, she wants to battle us. What does she have? Shannon is her name, and she has an Among Us. Among Us is Wow, we didn't see any Among Us, did we? So this Pokemon is another really good special wall, or physical wall, depending on how you use it. Learn Spore, Poison, Grass type, hidden ability, Regenerator, which is the only one you want to use, so the ones you catch in game are bad. 85 attack is good, but it has late evolution level, so it's not worth using. Okay, we got the nice boost thanks to the toxic, because we can spend Facade now. Ekans. Yeah, Giga Drain. Clear Smoke to get rid of your opponent's status, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, it also learns Foul Play to use your opponent's high attack stat against themselves. So anyone who pulls on Among Us will be punished. On the contrary, we have Ekans, a garbage mono poison type, which can have Intimidate. It gets Coil now. Arbok gets Coil now, which boosts attack, defense and accuracy, so Gunk Shot will hit at least 120 base power poison type move. Earthquake it can learn, and Suck Punch, and I think you don't need anything else. Let's kill it with Facade, boosted by yours truly, Among Us. Ekans don't know what Ekans gives us experience points for. Glimmer. Muck didn't get anything from my memory this generation. It's just a average poison type that sets up curses. This generation it doesn't even explode, because explode got nerfed. Gunk Shot, Ice Punch, maybe Focus Punch, but don't use Focus Punch, please. And Shadow Sneak, I guess. A fine Pokemon. Swiper. We have destroyed Swiper already. And we didn't, but it sucks. So she has a bunch of poison type Pokemon, and they are all bad. Except Among Us, but it would be good if it had Regenerator, but in games NPCs are not that smart. What is she doing? Oh, she wants to battle us. A Baker Chris. And she has a combi. A male combi, so you know it's garbage. Vespiquen didn't get any buff, it still sucks. Like Bug, Flying, which was already bottom tier. Useless defensive Pokemon. And when Stealth Rock is around, you know it's even worse. That's Superpower the Bear. Usaring didn't get any buffs, but it's still a fearsome Guts user, or that other ability I don't know the English name of, Quick Feet, which instead of boosting your attack, your speed is doubled. But you need to use a Toxic up instead, because the bird would level your attack now. Just Protect to get the free heal. What is today? I would be happy. Okay, we can go. I don't know what happens there, but I guess we completed the side quest. What is she saying? Okay. So that was kinda confusing. Did we beat all the trainers here? Who's that white Pokemon? It's a Rapidash. I did not expect a Rapidash here in this area, because I usually don't traverse this part. But no, it's dead. We can heal here, and I need to think what we can do next. We can't catch Landorus. We can try catching Volcarona, maybe. Should we go for Volcarona? It's like at least 10 levels higher. Does the one in the world have Quiver Dance? If we get destroyed, we get destroyed. Nothing we can do about it. Right? So let's try our best. And if we are lucky, we can kill it. At the very least. And if it's dead, it can't kill us. And we can catch it post game if we want. Or we try it next time, 0.